Hello, everybody. It's great to be here one more time. My name is Gary Fowler. I'm the CEO, president, and founder of GSD, Get You Done Venture Studios, a premier AI and quantum venture studio located in the heart of Silicon Valley. In fact, I'm here right now. We believe that intellectual capacity is evenly spread, but opportunities are not. I've been involved in 17 startups and several unicorns. I was on the original management team at Click Software, which was sold to Salesforce for 1.35 billion, and also Eva.ai, one of the first AI companies that was working on large language models pre-transformer back in 2016. So with that, I want to talk about our incredible guest today, Andrea. We're going to be talking about can you hear me?
Yeah, sure. Now I can hear you.
Yeah, could you hear me before?
No.
That's bad. So I have to go through it again. So sorry
Okay.
about that. I'm right by Stanford right now, and I'm in the hotel room. So maybe the connection's bad. But for all of you out there, my name is Gary Fowler. I'm a serial entrepreneur and investor. I've been involved in 17 startups and several unicorns. I was on the original management team of Click Software, which was sold to Salesforce for 1.35 billion, and also Eva.ai, an AI HR tech company that I co-founded with Dr. David Yang. We believe at GSD that intellectual capacity is evenly spread, but opportunities are not. And with that, I have my incredible guest here today. Andrea Cecchi is a co-founder and CEO of FloFleet, an Italian startup that's reimagining flight with autonomous solar-powered dirigibles. He has a fascinating story. He loves aircrafts, but actually he's afraid to fly. Instead of stepping away, he decided to build a new generation of aircrafts so they could fly themselves. With a background in automation engineering for Politecnico di Milan, Andrea and his team are developing airships capable of staying aloft for 7 days, traveling thousands of kilometers, and carrying advanced sensors, all while reducing the environmental impact. In this conversation, I'm going to explore FlowFleet's journey, the technology powering these incredible aircraft, their application in environmental monitoring and disaster response, and Andrea's vision for the skies of tomorrow. So sit back and get ready. We're ready to take off, and we're taking off with Andrea. So, Andrea, it's great to have you here today.
Thank you, Gary, for your introduction. And yeah, I'm Andrea Cecchi, the CEO of FloFleet. And yeah, our journey started at the university. This is my second startup. My interest for entrepreneurship started in during high school, during the last year of the high school here in Italy. I'm from Milan. And then during my last year of university at Politecnico of Milan, I started to study these kind of airships that are not so common nowadays, that are called hybrid airships. And this new way of this new concept of aircraft are based on the combination between the aerostatic and aerodynamic force. So we exploit both of these forces. So it's like a inflated wing. An inflated wing with helium, so gas lighter than air, but completely safe. In the
So,
past,
Andrea, you said you love aircraft but have a fear of flying. How did you
yeah,
get that unique perspective that inspired you to start building autonomous aircraft? Are you still afraid of flying, by the way?
Yeah, absolutely. But
Does that mean you
I
won't go up in an airplane?
no. I have to do it. So I do it a lot of times, but I'm not so comfortable with airplanes, and I've never been on an airship.
You
So
know,
our airships are without are UAV, so we control it, or they are completely autonomous.
so how did this perspective inspire you to build autonomous aircraft? So if you have a fear of flying, why in the world would you want to build autonomous aircraft?
Yeah, it's an aircraft for all the people who fear to fly. So no, but I love aerospace. Um, Aerospace materials and all what concerns the flight and the air. So I'm really interested from the aerodynamic matters to the ECT and electronic parts, but I don't like really much to be on an aircraft.
Interesting. And what was your original vision behind FloFleet, and how's it evolved over the past 3 years?
So I we started thinking about a completely new concept of aircraft. So from a blank sheet, a blank file, 3D file, and then we started to thinking about our concept of aircraft. So we wanted to maximize the payload of the airship, and then also to decrease the aerodynamic coefficient to be as autonomous as possible, also for the range of flight and for what our customer needs. And then the we started obviously from the team. So we started from a group of friends with different backgrounds, so economic backgrounds and engineering backgrounds, and also from a regulation point of view. That is a point, it's a sensible point, in particular for hardware startups, and also obviously for the aerospace sector, because the compliance is not optional. So it was also quite complicated at the beginning to understand the right regulations, also because we are building a completely new aircraft. So we were not in a particular sector or a particular kind of aircraft. So, starting from the team, we developed our journey, and we split from the technical problems. So, as I said, from the designing of the aircraft, and then we reached uh, our first investment this year. So now
How
we
much
are
did you raise in your first investment?
nearly 1 million.
So,
It's
you've worked with Ross, Isaac Sam, and multiple programming platforms. What role does simulation robotics play in your aircraft development?
So we use in particular NVIDIA platforms. So we develop our algorithms and then we test it in a real world. So the aerodynamic forces and the CFD analysis for us are fundamental because airship are historically sensible to external environment, in particularly wind. So the analysis needs to be as precise as possible. And unfortunately, the state of art and older data as not so are not so actual. So there are some errors, so we can rely on few data, and we are starting mm, in few words completely new aircraft. So we need to create that also for our simulation. And then we have a strong team for what concern the control of the airship, so the stability part and uh, the tracking of the airship, so to control it and to make it follow a predetermined path. And
And
these are
how fast do these airplanes fly, Andrea? Are they fast or slow?
no, are they are slow. We fly at 30 kilometer per hour. So also all the aerodynamic of the airship, it's quite different with respect to airplanes, for example, because for airplanes or classic aircraft, the wind comes from one direction, and for our airships, we can uh, have wind from a lot of different directions. So also the analyses are quite different from the past.
You know, how do you integrate solar power and electric propulsion into these airships, and what kind of sustainability gains does this create compared to traditional systems?
They are flexible solar panels, so they are really lightweight, and we love to rely on near suppliers. So we work a lot with Italian and European supplier. We love to see them also how they work and to understand really well the technologies that are. Um that we use on the airship. So the solar panels research was really tough. We started from the university here in Milan, and we saw a lot of different technologies. Nowadays, we are using classic flexible solar panels, but we are also working to implement it in the textile, so in the envelope, in order to weld it and seal it with the envelope. And this will be one of our most important R&D investment in the near future. The flexible solar panels that we are using are really lightweight. As I said, we are speaking about
And how big are
uh,
the wings on this thing? How wide? I mean, is it? You have a big plane or a small plane?
the airship is 12 meters long, and it's 12 per 10 meters. So we have
That's big.
nearly
That's not small.
no. It's
And who
quite big.
would use it? Is it military or is it for sustainability? Who's the target? Because obviously, with all the drone activity, you know, with the Ukraine war, people are talking about drones. So, is it for that, or and you know, it's not small. It must have a big radar signature when it comes in.
Yeah,
So, I mean, obviously, if you're trying to get into a war situation, you're only going what 30 kilometers an hour. That's not very fast.
no, it is only for civilian usage. So our main market is the energy one. So we work to inspect large infrastructures like oil and gas pipelines, and then for the power grids, so to inspect and detect
So, like
problems on them.
infrastructure inspections, environmental monitoring, disaster response, is that something that you're looking at too or not?
Yeah, absolutely. This is our main target because of the important range of the airships. And with respect to drones, we can equip the airship with very big payloads, so similar to the one that are used on helicopters. So we can be a right solution for large inspections, but with a really important and accurate data. So it's a match between these two situations.
Could your dirigibles play a role in working with somebody like Starlink and telecommunications, or restoring connectivity in emergencies where lines are down? Could it be like a bridge between those things to be able to get that out?
Yeah, it's a really interesting question. Also, because our main investor is Luca Spada, founder of Eolo, that is an important company of telecommunication here in Italy. So obviously, it can be absolutely an interesting market and sector. Also to use it, as you said, to for the telecommunication sector. And yeah, we are also working on it to mounting antennas or on the airship. So it's a target market, and we are also using obviously Starlink on the airship for the communication with our ground control station.
How does your how do your aircraft help reduce carbon footprints compared to traditional aerial monitoring solutions? I suspect because it's electric, right? And you're actually
Yeah.
using solar in the wings. How much? So why can it only stay up 7 days then? Because if you're using solar, is it because of helium?
Yeah.
Yeah. How long does helium last on a?
So the problem, as you can imagine, is to keep the helium inside the envelope, because the helium is quite small. So the we are working on 7 day missions because of that, and also
What
because
happens, Andrea? Let's say you go to 10 days. Does the aircraft start coming down?
no, we can prevent it changing our angle of attack with the wind, so preventing the change of the lift of the helium. But yes, we consume a lot more with respect to the cruise speed and the cruise angle of attack. So yeah, we will finish batteries.
So, you're in Italy, and we talked about a little bit. The investment and climate over there is a bit more conservative than places like here in Silicon Valley. And at the same time, one of the things with the Valley here is people get it, right? They understand technologies because we're talking about it all the time, right? You're in an event, somebody, there's 15 people talking about drones and all kinds of different strategies. So, how do you take your company and go global from Italy? Not saying it can't be done, because obviously Ferrari and Lamborghini have done a good job, but it's not so easy, right? And
No,
when you're doing a tech, how do you do that? And do you plan on moving or opening up a place in Silicon Valley to be able to help, or what are your plans for the future?
yeah, you're right. Here in Italy, it's quite complicated in some cases, in particular because there are a lot of investment in software startups that it's also easy to comprehend how to scale them up. But for the hardware startup, the thing is quite difficult. Our plan is, yeah, it could be really interesting for us to also to move to US, because the as you said, the drone market and a lot of drone startup are based there. So I think that the network for startup is fundamental. So knowing people from different countries, from different sectors, and from different with different backgrounds is really important also for scaling. So not only for fundraising and so on, but also for scaling in new markets, because we can study and knowing the US situation, but no one can know better the situation than someone who is working there and is investing there. So spreading also our network is one of the main goals to scale in other countries like America and Africa as well.
Yeah, I should be down in Africa speaking at the third largest bank in a few weeks about AI and technology, Zenith Bank. And next week I'll be in Korea, or 2 weeks from now I'll be in Korea. Same thing, because there's a lot of interest. And the
Yeah,
idea, how can we take what we do, and for instance, on your side, one of the challenges you have is crops, right? You have by 2050 you have to double the food supply, and you can't increase the number of cattle because 26% of the pollution is methane gas. So when you need more plant-based protein, so we need to optimize crop yield, and the only way you can really optimize it if you're continuously sensing, looking at that field and figuring out what needs to be done in order to be able to, get the best results. And so technologies like yours that can get down through and continuously look at it. I mean, if you only have to put it up every 7 days, it can fly in circles around fields. Imagine what the possibilities are. Now, the other thing is water, right? It's a big problem because of global warming. There's not enough water. And so understanding that and then pumping it in so that it's optimized, right, and efficient, instead of just turning it on and hopefully it's going to go down and help. Actually do, hyper targeting. It's going to be critically important. So I see that. As a CEO, what's been the most valuable leadership lesson you've learned since founding FloFleet?
Oh, I think I totally agree what you said, obviously, and I think that the to know people you are working with, so to understand their needs, to understand what they want to reach, and in particular, the most important thing for me is to understand that no one loves your startup as you. So you need to understand that other people can also only work for you, but don't love your idea, your startup as you love. So it's fundamental to find the right balance in every people, in every employee, to uh, to make them follow you. So they need to be to love your idea, but also you have to understand that they have their own life that can also don't comprehend your startup. So I love to speak with them, to listen their problems, their ideas, and then share share with them my problems also and my ideas. So it's a continuous exchange with all the people that work for FloFleet and concern the FloFleet life.
And we're coming up to the top of the show, and I have a multi-agent large language model that actually listens to the conversations we have, and it comes up with questions. So it looks for you all over the internet, and I don't know where it found this, but it just told me just now. It said, "Ask Andrea about his Corkies. If FloFleet's searchable had a mascot, would it be a Gorky?" I don't know. Do you have Gorkies? I don't know where it found that. I have no idea, but that's what it was
Yeah,
asking.
yeah, and it's near me, and it's also
Oh, let me see. Bring your Gorky over.
okay. Let me 1 minute that I
Yeah,
will.
we love to see dogs on my show.
Okay.
Yeah, we gotta. Everybody's got, or many people have pets, and we go through building our startups. And we've got the trials and tribulations, but having pets and activities to be able to change the direction of your mind is really important. So it'll be good to see his friend. Yeah, there you go. There you go. I love it. Andrea, that's it. And what's your dog's name, Andrea?
Gone.
Oh, wow.
Gon. And
That's
he
cool.
was listening us and was sleeping, but he doesn't like so much people and humans in general. So, uh,
Right, he's cute. Now that's cute. I don't know where this came. My AI went out and found this somewhere. I have no idea where you said that, but I don't know where actually. But it came up with it, and I had to say it because it just told me to ask you.
no, it's fantastic. Yeah, but I love corgis from the high school, so maybe it
I
thought
don't know.
that.
It could. I have. So what we did is we have 14 of them working as a team, and so when I'm doing these shows, they're continuously sensing the shows. My background's AI too, and it's actually going down through and analyzing all the conversations and coming up with what it thinks is interesting. And it knows I like dogs because I also have a basset hound, and it knows I like dogs, so it comes up, and it knows a lot of my viewers like dogs too. So anyhow, after we're done with the show, if you want to stay on for a few minutes, we can talk. Closing thoughts, Andrea. We're coming up to the top of the show, and how do people get a hold of you?
You can find me on LinkedIn and follow the page of FloFleet to follow all the new updates on airship and airship's history. And then you can also find us on Instagram for stories and in new interesting images of our airships.
No, it's great, and I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to join us today. It's great, and I want to thank all my audience for joining one more time. Thanks to all of you. We're at close to 1.5 million views with 1,500 podcasts that we've done, and it's all because of you. I appreciate it. Join us again. Stay happy, stay safe, and stay healthy. And if you want to stay on for a few minutes, Andrea, we can talk. Take care,
Sure.
everybody, and it's good seeing you.
Thank you.